Hey there, business owners. Stuart Webb here, founder, CEO, business success mentor, and podcast host at The Complete Approach, with another one-take video blog, All the Mistakes Stay In. Today, I'm going to dive into a crucial topic for your success. That's follow-up. One of the things I see constantly in businesses with poor profit margins is a low conversion rate for their leads. Often that is because of poor follow-up. It could be a lack of care, a lack of process or structure. I think the lack of care is something that comes through a lot in transactional selling, because I guess there can be an order-taking aspect to the selling process, so they just continue to move to the very next prospect. By doing that, they are demonstrating a lack of care. But it may be that they're disorganized. They don't have the right process or structure in place. And process is really important for following up. The other thing that follow-up means is work. There's a work element to following up. Everyone likes to talk to red hot customers who have their credit card poised. But when you've got to do the work and you've got to follow up, that might be 5 or 6 times, then that can be very time consuming and feel a lot like work. So it's a tendency, I think, in that stage to gravitate towards the more low-hanging fruit. By having a structured process, you're also using data at the same time, and it's important to understand what works and what doesn't. So that's different in every business. So those are the basics. Let's talk about ways in which you could actually try to improve this by having a follow-up process to your systems. And I would obviously just say stick them in a database and blast them with emails once a month. No, that's a joke. I was kidding. Please don't take that as anything other than a joke. But let's take it seriously. There are different ways of following up. You might use digital platforms such as a way to stay connected. Platforms such as LinkedIn. Email is also very fast and an efficient way to follow up with people, but it can be, in effect, difficult because many types of email are considered spam. We just get hammered with emails, so it can be inefficient, and it needs to be used in the right way. But by having that process and structure, and then obviously using the right data, you can understand the best way and the best way to manage your follow-up process and your time effectively. Let's face it, if you've got 900 clients, there's no way you can follow up those 900 clients in 12 months. You'd literally be calling them every single day because the maths just don't work there. So it's a case of understanding the data, understanding what works for you. It's not uncommon for us to just go in and talk to a business and get an understanding of their process and find that they just don't follow up with time. They often haven't called their key customer or client for maybe 18 months or 2 years, just because they are, in their very own words, time poor. But it's often a symptom of a lack of process and a lack of structure. So let me give you a few examples. How following up through a process has been working for one business that I've been working with. Now, this is a radical change that we've transformed in a business where they've gone from 2 million to 18 million in revenue. And it's been in operation for around 7 years, so it's had time to bed in. The salespeople were out just pumping out proposals, not really following up. What we did was we contacted clients that had been identified that hadn't been converted to a client after receiving a proposal, and we asked them about their experience working with this company. And their overwhelming response was, I did meet with the salesperson or BDM, and I thought their offer was really good, but no one ever called me back following the proposal. There was lots going in the front end of the sales process, but they weren't then following up properly, and so as a result, customers were lost and clients weren't converted. Let me take a very personal example and talk you through some experience I had recently. I spoke with a car salesman very briefly about a car. I didn't really have an interest, and I said, okay, well, thanks for giving me some information. And then she called me the next week and she said, well, what did you think? Are you ready to buy? And I said, look, I'm still thinking about it. I'm just not sure at the moment. She said, okay, well, I'll give you a little bit more time. Now, she rang back the following week and she said, you still thinking? Where are you at with this? And I said, yeah, I'm sort of, I've not really made my mind up yet. I've not really made a decision. And then she started to negotiate. She offered me a reduced price. She threw in all these extras, and then she followed me up for about the next month, really, until I finally said yes. I didn't at the time really want the car, to be honest, but I developed a sort of relationship with her over these 5 or 6 weeks. She had quite a playful, quirky way that she went about things, and I sort of wanted the car, but I didn't have the urgency to really take action. But it was through the process of following up, reintroducing the benefits of the car, introducing new things, and she was prepared to put some skin in the game and offer this and offer that. So she really wanted to get the deal over the line. It was through that process that we sort of built a relationship. And then she got to the point where I said, yes. Okay, it's an effective way of getting that answer. So the question for you is there a particular time for you to follow up in your business? Is it every second day? Is it the next week? Is it the next day? Well, it depends on what it is and what your business is selling. I think there has to be an understanding of performance data. So you'll go through your performance data maybe over the last 3 years of sales, and you'll be able to identify how long the average buying cycle is. Let's say for this average, it would be 12 weeks. So it may take 5 follow-ups to make that sale in the buying cycle. So 12 divided by 5 gives you the rough time that you need in order to be able to decide exactly how often you should follow up. But let me stress, each business is different. If you have a ferocious appetite to follow up, you'll be vastly more successful. It shows you care, it shows professionalism, it creates efficiencies, and it's a really, really potent skill that's often undervalued and underutilized. But the ferocious nature with which you use to follow up has to be structured. And it's got to be done in the right way and at the right time for your clients. Okay, thanks for joining me in this episode. Stay tuned for more insightful content to help you thrive in the world of business. And until next time, please like and subscribe, tell your friends, and take care.